Hey all, Heber here. So, we are back to taking out one of my favorite ships in the game, and it is the Atago. But it is the B version, it's not my original Atago, so I have less battles in this one. But don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe, guys. But like I was saying, in Atago B, I think I have, I don't know, 500 battles or something like that. And in my original Atago, like the real one that I got back in 2019, I have more than 2,500 battles in that ship. And well, it was a great ship all through 2019 and most of 2020. And then in 2021, I didn't play it that much, and I've hardly played it in 2022. But now, if you saw my Albemarle video as well, you know that we're not going to be facing legendary ships anymore. So it gives these kind of, you know, older tier 7s like a kind of like new life, a new lease on life. And that's really good for Atago because it's a ship I really enjoy to play. And I play it with an agile build. I have Mikawa on here, and Azure Lane Baltimore is inspiration, and Müller as the second inspiration. So that gives me an Atago that goes more than 42 knots and has a 2-second rudder. So it's extremely agile. The only problem is that it has 790 meter turning radius. So if you actually have to turn the ship 180 degrees or more, well, actually more than 90 degrees, it's going to take you a long time. But if you're just dodging shots, like, you know, evasion tanking or kiting if you have to, well, then it's hard to find a better ship than this. So unlike Mogami, many people seem to think that Atago and Mogami are the same ships, but really they're not. Like they almost couldn't be more different, really. Like Mogami is super squishy, and it only has rear-facing torpedoes, and it's one of my absolute hate ships, Mogami. I really cannot stomach that ship at all. I think I have 12 battles in it or something, and I just dislike it so much. Atago, on the other hand, it is a cruiser for aggressive play, not kiting play. Atago has forward-facing torpedoes, and obviously it has a heel as well, and it has sonar, and it's actually surprisingly tanky for a tier 7 cruiser. If you haven't played Atago yet, and you just assume it's going to be the same as Mogami, I can tell you it's completely different. It's much sturdier, and you can pull off much more interesting stuff in this ship here. It's very different. So I hope you got that down now. Mogami, Atago, very different ships. Yes, they're both, you know, tier 7, they're both Japanese, but that's about it. That's where the similarities end. So in this battle here, I am alone on this flank here, and I am pretty much taking, you know, a page out of the Heber playbook, where, you know, I get into the cap. I hold the cap for as long as I possibly can for two reasons. One is, well, the enemies aren't going to get any tickets then. And two, no one is going to actually just overrun this flank here, because almost all the red ships are over here. And my blue guys, they're still sitting in the middle of the map, not really doing anything. And there's, like, they could easily overrun the other flank, because, like, two-thirds of the ships, the red ships, they're over here, and I'm holding them back. And obviously this Bismarck here is pushing, and I don't know why he's not aware that I'm here. But in any case, we're going to give him some torpedoes to worry about here, because he seems totally oblivious. And I don't know why he was pushing that hard when it's fairly obvious that I'm sitting right on the other side of the island. But then again, I mean, it's my luck, because had he actually, you know, played well, then he could probably have taken me out, and then this flank would fall, and my guys would all be in a crossfire. As you can see, they haven't even secured C yet. There's actually a destroyer in C capping as we speak, and yeah, they've taken B. Yeah, amazing, like pretty much the easiest cap to take on this map here. So they are shooting at the ships that are kind of you know, holding me hostage over here, so at least that's a good thing. So I'm not going to complain about it. But it is a kind of a problem here, because there's so many reds over here, and if they decide to push at the same time, I may be able to take out one of them, but then I will surely get sunk and the flank will fall, And this is one of those games, and also one of those teams, if you see where my destroyer is, that if this flank falls, we're going to lose, and we're going to lose in a steamroll fashion. And I'm sure you all know how that feels. So here I am thinking about torping the Chambard, but then I think, nah, I turn right now, and then I think, nah, I can just actually hit him with my guns here. Because I really wanted to torp him, but there was so little health left that it's probably a better play. Well, it's not a probably. It is a better play, or it was a better play, to just take him out with the guns. It does mean that I'm pretty exposed now to all the reds over here that are only shooting at me because there's no one else around. See, still all the blue ships, they're sitting in the middle, and somehow the Iowa managed to get taken out in the middle of the map there. I don't know how that happened, but like I said, it's one of those battles where I cannot give up this flank, because if I do, all these red ships are just going to come around the corner and they're going to absolutely wipe out my team. I've seen it a million times before, and it may not mean that I get the best battle I possibly could, because all I wanted to do in this battle is get in, grab the cap, and then kite away, and then, you know, go over to the B cap or wherever I'm needed. I don't really want to, you know, sit here, because it's not what Atago does best. Like Hipper, well, this is perfect. This is exactly what you want to do in a Hipper. In an Atago, it's not really what you want to do. You want to be in open water, and you want to be able to maneuver, especially because, like, if someone should decide to rush me here, they're going to win. It's pretty. It's a slow ship, Atago, until you get it up to 40 knots. Then it's super agile. But in situations like this, it's better to be in a Hipper for sure. So again, I am just going to, you know, take as much time as I can over here, because I cannot take on all these 3-4 ships over here by myself. And at least I have a destroyer to help me now. But I don't put a lot of faith in that guy, because he spent half the battle at, you know, the back of the map, where there's absolutely no need for him. And I think it's just kind of luck that the other flank hasn't been overrun yet. And that's probably only because most of the red ships are over here, and they can't really get past me. They want to, they're all just lining up to overrun the flank. But with me here, I'm kind of, you know, putting an end to their wishes. And at least now I have some backup with the destroyer, and I also have a battleship sitting out in, you know, open water. And that's what battleships should do. And I've managed to actually take the cap now along with the destroyer. So we have 3 caps versus 1. And this whole gamble the Reds had over here on, you know, I'm assuming they were hoping to just overrun this flank pretty quickly. It hasn't really paid off, because now they're stuck. Like, I've got reinforcements now, and they cannot rush me anymore. And the other flank for the Reds, it's already a lost cause. They only had like 2 ships over there, or whatever it was, because all of them are over here. And for some reason, all of them over here just facing me, just facing 1 ship, and they decided not to push. And that decision pretty much cost them the battle. I think none of them really wanted to be the first ship to actually come around the corner, because the first ship will get torped. Obviously, because it's an Atago. Likely, that first salvo from the first ship will probably maybe take me out, maybe not. But the second will. But it never happened. It never materialized. They were too timid. And now the opportunity has just gone, because we are ahead on points. And they are forced to push now if they want to have any sort of wish, you know, for winning this battle here. This is what you want. This is what I want when I play my ships. I want to get ahead on points, and then when the red team realizes, hey, we're going to lose this, then they're going to make mistakes, and that's the fun part. Like, the red ships panic, they do weird stuff, and yeah, that's the fun part. And that's why I like to play domination. I do not like to play capture. The base is the most boring thing I can possibly think of. Domination is my favorite. Epicenter is also really good. But capture the base, no thank you. I absolutely hate that game mode. It's terrible. So it looks like the Belfast here is gonna make a move. So we're just gonna switch to armor piercing, because If we catch him broadside, we're going to be absolutely ruining him. But if he's angling, which is unfortunately the case here, then we're not going to do much. Because with Atago, like, you need a flat broadside to make that AP stick. And unfortunately, he didn't do what we wanted him to do there. But he's going to smoke up now. And, you know, we have like a 14-15 second reload on the ship here. And we're just going to get a very nice broadside there. And that's the end of Belfast with 2 citadels. And now the Warships here is really panicking. He's like, oh no, we're going to lose the battle. And yes, you are. Because you had your opportunity to push over here on this flank. And you let it go. And now it's just too late. But again, I love games like this. Where, you know, by playing smart, by taking chances and, you know, getting in there, doing your job as a blue ship. You will then force the Reds into a situation where they're going to lose no matter what they do. And that's amusing. That's a lot of fun. And like I say, especially when the ships start to panic when they realize, hey, I can't just sit behind this island here and spam HE because the blue team is too smart. I mean, that is just so satisfying. I'm not saying my team here is super smart, but I'm saying that it's very satisfying when it happens. And you see this Wichita here, he is realizing that, oh no, we are behind by 500 points because I was sitting behind an island and I was just, you know, I just wanted to hurl HE at the other team, get a high caliber and a Confederate, but that's not gonna happen. We've taken all the caps, well, not all the caps, but we have 3 caps, and yeah, too bad. So luckily I have battleship backup now. If that wasn't the case, I would be in a pretty tight spot here, because I only get 1 chance to torp this Wichita here, and I'm not really sure what he's up to, and I go for the widespread because it looks like he's gonna go in broadside on. I'm not really sure about this guy. I should probably have done the other spread, but it was very, very close there, and honestly I can't say the other one would have worked better. But the battleship to my rescue, and this is what you want battleships to do. Like, cover your cruisers. And the cruisers, they cover the destroyers. Like, it's very, very, very simple. And kudos to that guy there, because he totally saved me. And the mines, well, nothing really he can do. He's in the same position as I am. I mean, if I rush him, I'm gonna die. If he rushes me, he's gonna die. It's very, very simple. We are both down to around 3,000 hit points. So obviously none of us are going to make a move here. It's not really, there's really no reason for it. Like, at least for me, I'm going to win the battle. I mean, if I was him, I would probably just go for me and see if I could get another kill before the end of the battle. And I was actually thinking about, you know, going out and torping him here, but then I get stuck and my surprise is not happening, and I think, nah, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for the time to run out. Very boring, but it is the smart play. So yeah, I'm pretty much pretending to be a hipper in my Atago B in this battle here, and it works out well, but you know, I would rather be in an Edinburgh or a hipper in this position here, where you are a little bit more agile up close, especially the Edinburgh with the, you know, improved acceleration. You can really, you know, pull off some pretty crazy stuff up close. So now I'm just trying not to get whacked by this Georgia here, because obviously he's coming around the corner and no one really cares about that. And I'm spotted by the cruiser on the other side, so that's what I'm thinking. Oh, I'll just try to get 2 kilometers away from this guy, so I don't take 1 Georgia shell here at the end of the battle, because that would be annoying. And I need to be 2 kilometers away from this mines here, and it's taking a while because I have to reverse, and I don't get much help from my battleship in this situation here. So it's okay. We are almost running out of time here, and he doesn't get the satisfaction. So that was Atago, people, and it's nice to actually be able to play the ship again here without always having to face like 6 Yamatos and 3 Alaskas on the enemy team. Yeah, things are looking up. So hope you enjoyed the battle, and I'll see you out there.